Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a plan with me with this lovely kit from Bloom Paper Studio. I do have a code with Bloom Paper Studio. It is JC15 for 15% off, and you can also mention my name in the notes to seller to get my freebie. So this is the kit. It's called Seashell, and I actually used this kit for a week in September, even though it's more of like a summery kit. Because I went to a wedding in Hawaii. So that is why I chose this like summery seashell kit, is because of a wedding in Hawaii. Also, to me personally, September is a summer month for me, just because my birthday is in September and we always do like pool parties or, summer kind of activities for my birthday. So I've always associated September with summer. Although I know for many people, September is a fall month. Like it's the first month of fall for a lot of people, even though technically summer ends on September 22nd. That's when fall starts. So for most of September, it's actually summer still. I want to know in the comments down below, do you think September is a fall month or a summer month? I would love to know, because my friend and I were having this debate like a couple weeks ago, and she is completely 100% convinced that fall starts September 1st. And I'm like, no. My birthday's in summer. Anyways, so right now I'm laying down the headers, and the date dots that I used are from Wendy Prints. As always, everything that I used will be linked down below, along with any PR codes that I have, like discount codes that I have for the shops that I used, and any discount codes that I have for other shops that are just current. So always look to the description box for the most current stuff. Okay, so I've noticed that my inserts for my A5 wide planner, by the way, I use an Aura Estelle A5 wide planner, if you didn't already know, but I think that my inserts are like a little short on the top. Do you see that space between the date cover and the top where I'm adding that letters to Apollo shell divider? It's really small. And I think that my inserts are like either short intentionally or, they just printed out short, not sure why. But I think next time I buy inserts for my A5 wide, I need to like get measurements of the space. I mean, I could just move everything down, but the columns are the same size. That's the issue. So I really want to like hop on this planner trend of doing super decorative date cover areas, like tons of florals, tons of extra stuff. And I feel like I can't really hop on that trend very well because the space above my date covers is so small. Let me know if you guys use an A5 wide planner with inserts, and if you have any suggestions on inserts that I can purchase that have like a normal amount of space above there. Anyways, I'm using a Graceful Muse papery month script for the month of September. I really like the font, and I cannot wait for my Paper Trail Plans month scripts to come in, because they have the premium matte. Actually, it's not premium matte, it's matte clear, or like transparent matte. So I can't wait for that to come in. And this whole time I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use them. But then I remembered they're not in yet. I just ordered them. Anyways, so this is me getting extra fancy with the month area because I couldn't do it with the date cover area, but I just added a bunch of honey inked deco, and that really gorgeous shell divider that I'm putting down right now, that is also honey inked. A lot of this spread is actually honey inked deco with some seasonal items from like letters to Apollo. What else is in here? Pretty Pink Co. Seasonal items from Pretty Pink Co. Some Sticker Guru. You'll see. Lots of good stuff. Then at the bottom, I forgot to show that is also from Honey Inked. That little mandala, that shell mandala at the very bottom is also from Honey Inked. And then, oh my gosh, these shell clusters, I seriously wish I used more of them in this spread. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I love them. They're freaking beautiful, but I didn't. I ended up using a lot of floral deco, surprisingly, because I only had 2 sheets. And I was really trying to ration this. Like, I was telling myself, okay, JC, only 1 sheet per page. And I did a good job. I really did a good job. I really wanted to use bigger pieces, but I ended up cutting like everything in half, and it turned out to be the perfect amount of deco for me, but I was also intentionally rationing. Okay, so now I'm laying down the full boxes, which I had a hard time with at first because I like to have at least one of each color on each day, and I ended up having to switch the first two also because I just didn't like the patterns matching. I don't know. I'm really weird about that, but I think that it turned out good. I think that those 3 white floral full boxes were giving me a hard time because I wanted to, put them on each day, but I had 3 of them. So this is how we ended up, and I like it. Okay, so next I'm using these honey inked vine kind of deco floral whatever pieces, dividers or not dividers, and I actually put them in between the little like hole punched area and then cut them so that they look like they're kind of spreading on to the next page. And I think this is just really fun and extra, especially because I'm trying to decorate more of the outside area. And like I said, can't do that up top because of the space restriction up there. Okay, so next up, I am putting the headers on top of my full boxes, and you'll see me go in later with some Bloom Paper Studio dividers on the bottom. But usually I would do that like now, but I didn't. So for Monday, I'm using a Sweet Bella XO box, fancy box kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm really sad because every time I like use something from her, I'm like, oh, she's not back yet, or I don't know if she's coming back. She's been gone for like a year, and I just have been hoarding her things, honestly. But this morning was nice. Actually, for about a few weeks, or at least a good month now, I've been having my breakfast and my coffee outside every morning with Tiger. And so that's what I'm marking. By the way, I know my cursive sucks. I know my handwriting sucks and it looks like coffee. Yeah, it's coffee, not coffee. Anyways, it says coffee with Tiger. And anyways, I've been having breakfast and coffee out in the morning with him outside because it's been nice and cool in the mornings, and it's such like a fresh way to wake up. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely get hit with a little bit of seasonal depression come the winter months. And I've been soaking up all the sunlight I can get. I've been going on walks every day, eating outside in the morning, just trying to get the sunlight because right now the sun doesn't rise until about 7, like 6:30 to 7, and it sets really early, like around 5:30. So I'm just trying to soak up all the sun I can get. Okay, so next I marked work with a White Deer stationery clipboard, and I saw Lauren do this. She uses a clipboard and then puts a little piece of deco in it to kind of look like the clipboard came with the kit, even though it didn't. And I loved that when I saw her do it, so I'm definitely implementing that into my planner. So shout out to you, Lauren. Thank you. And then next I'm doing a little post on Instagram, and I marked that with a Pretty Pink Coat Instagram icon. And then Tyler was in the market for a Porsche, which I spelt wrong. It was one of those days, guys. I think when I was doing this, it was like 10 p.m. and I just lack of brain cells at that time of night. So yeah, things are spelled wrong. And coffee is coffee, and we're just gonna have to live with it because I didn't notice it until now. So anyways, marked that with a Pretty Pink Co. Car icon. And then here I'm going in with the Bloom Paper Studio dividers. Like I said, these are from her Dainty Dividers collection, and I'm obsessed. Okay, sorry if you can hear Milo, by the way. He's running down the hallway, screaming, meowing. But anyways, back to Bloom Paper Studio. I'm obsessed with her little Dainty Dividers. She came out with like so many different ones, and I use these because if you can see in the headers, there's kind of that foiled scallop piece that is upside down, and it reminded me a lot of her other Dainty Dividers, but they kind of have like a lace element to them. So I just flipped them right side up and placed them on the bottom underneath all the boxes, and even if there wasn't a box, I would place it on the bottom. All right, moving on to Tuesday. So I used a Crafts by Towie icon to mark that I posted on YouTube this morning. This was not a post on this YouTube account, my planning YouTube, but it was actually on my personal YouTube account. I did like a little summer dress haul. See, September is summer for me, so I posted a little dress haul. And then I used, which I'm going to be taking off later, but I used little letters to Apollo wave divider. And honestly, I just didn't like it. It just didn't like go with the flow of the stickers. And I think I'm starting to understand what Lauren means by her sticker flow. Or what does she call it? Is it sticker flow? You know if you watch her. Anyways, it just didn't go with my flow of stickers that I had going. I'm using like a lot of lace dividers and the shell stuff, and the wave just didn't go. It wasn't the wave. You know what I mean? Anyways, moving down here, I'm using another fancy box from Sweet Bella XO to mark that my bridesmaids said yes. I asked them all on this day. It was very exciting. They're all from around. So I have a couple in California. One lives up in Washington. And then I have some on the East Coast, or one on the East Coast. So I just sent them all flowers to ask them and a bottle of champagne, which was awful to coordinate, by the way. A lot of flower companies don't have, actually none, have a license to also serve alcohol, which makes sense because, they're flower companies. But I really wanted to like send the champagne with the flowers. So I basically had to schedule it for delivery on DoorDash and then schedule the flowers at the same time. And it was very difficult logistical, like logistically speaking, it was really difficult. They all got them though. They all got them at the same time. It was great. Oh, also with my friend being on the East Coast and then having to schedule it so everyone actually gets them like at the same time, if that makes sense. Anyways, I used these little hanging deco pieces from Sadie's Stickers. I'm obsessed. I'm actually shocked at how often I'm using these. I thought that I was just going to use these for birthdays. No, definitely not. I'm celebrating way more than I thought, and I'm going to need at least 3 more sheets in each foil color because I'm using a lot of them. So I just layered. I love that little layering moment that I did, by the way, with the bridesmaids area, with the White Deer Stationery flower bouquet, and then the flowers from the kit behind it, and then just all the layering. I just love it. I spent a lot of time on it, as I should, because, it's a very special moment. And then at the very end of this day, I went on a spa day with my friend Brooke, who's also one of my bridesmaids. And this is the only bridesmaid I got to ask in person because she actually lives in the same town as me. So we did a spa day. It was actually a late birthday present for her, but I figured what a better day to ask her than on the day that we already have planned to go to the spa. We got massages. We took cute spa pics. We went out and sat by the pool. It was very nice. Despite COVID regulations for the whole spa, it was actually really, really nice. And we just avoided the things that we couldn't go to. And then, got a massage and it was nice. We still had to wear a mask, but it ended up being, surprisingly okay. I was kind of like bummed out at first, like, ugh, I have to wear a mask during a massage. Yeah, that didn't matter because it felt amazing. So that was that. I went to bed early that night. So Wednesday, the beginning of Wednesday, I took a hot bath because my massage therapist the night before had recommended that I do like a big soak in Epsom salt to get rid of all the toxins from the massage, which if you don't know, it's a real thing. When you get a massage, your body like releases a bunch of toxins out of your muscles. So definitely take a hot Epsom salt bath the day of or the day after your massage. And so that's what I did that morning. It was really nice. I just like literally put on a movie on Netflix and sat in the bathtub for, I'm not even kidding, like an hour and a half to 2 hours. No shame. No shame. So then I marked work again the same way using that Sticker Guru script and some florals from the kit. And then I'm using another Sweet Bella XO box to mark that I packed this day. This is a crazy story, you guys. I don't even know if I can tell the whole thing in the time of this video. By the way, that little packing icon, that suitcase, is from Crass Italy. So basically, as you can see, this is Wednesday the 15th. And I had, before this week, the previous week, I was in Italy. And there was only a 5-day period between me being in Italy to me going to Hawaii. So, by the way, the rest of the day is I just flew to Hawaii. But basically what happened was I planned the trip to Hawaii, not planned because I had already like booked the tickets weeks before and the hotel like weeks before, but I just like wrote down in my planner like, okay, we're going to Hawaii on this day. And at the time, It happened to be Thursday. The 15th was Thursday for Italy because of the time change. And then I'm thinking Thursday. I'm thinking like Thursday the 15th. That's when we leave. Like I told the cat sitter Thursday the 15th. I told everyone Thursday the 15th, and I just expected Thursday. So come Wednesday the 15th, I'm thinking Wednesday. I don't really like think about 15. I just think about the day of the week. It's Wednesday. And so I had like this whole day planned out. I'm taking a long bath in the morning. I'm going to get ready, clean the house, pack at nighttime, all the stuff. Then the cat sitter shows up. And I'm like, okay, what the heck is she doing here? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the 15th. I was like, oh yeah, I did. The 15th, Thursday the 15th. And she goes, oh, today's the 15th. You guys, I missed my flight. It was during my bath. I have never missed a flight or messed up that badly on scheduling. I don't even know what to say. I was like so shook. By the way, the reason that we're going to Hawaii is for a wedding. And it's Tyler's family's member's wedding. So Tyler's stepbrother's wedding. And it's like all his family and like my in-laws basically. And I was like so distraught after messing up so badly. I was like, oh my God, we're going to be late. We're going to have to rebook the flight. It's like a whole thing. I'm like literally in the tub just freaking out. Like, we're going to have to rebook the flight. We're going to be late. We're going to miss the wedding, even though the wedding isn't like for 3 more days. But basically, I was having a whole freak out, whole like panic about this. And no one knows, by the way. No one knows. Like, I think my parents know that I messed up, but no one that like mattered knows, like Tyler's family and the bride and groom and that kind of stuff. So basically, thank God there was another flight available for later that night. So instead of us arriving in the early afternoon and having like the whole day to wind down at the hotel in Hawaii, we basically had to arrive at 11 p.m. and then we got to the hotel around 12:30, like in the morning. It was crazy, you guys. I've never packed that quickly, cleaned the house so quickly in my life. I was so stressed. Needless to say, I actually got really good sleep that night because I was just so tired from messing up so badly and rushing. I mean, I went from soaking in the tub, thinking I had the whole day ahead of me, and I was so planned out, ready to like get ready for the next day and for the traveling that's up ahead, to realizing that we need to get on a plane in like 3 hours. So that happened, and it was pretty crazy. Moving on to the next day, which is Thursday. This was actually a good day. It was a good redemption for the previous day. I'm currently layering a Sweet Bella XO box on top of some floral deco from the kit after having marked that I woke up in Hawaii, which, by the way, if you saw me cut out that giant piece of floral deco, yeah, I was dedicated. I was like, I want this giant piece of floral deco and I'm going to have it. So I will cut it out. So I hand cut it out. Then we had breakfast on the beach at our hotel, and I marked that with a Crafts by Towie. She had like these seasonal, I don't know if they're seasonal, if they're forever, but it was a Crafts by Towie, like what seemed like a seasonal release of summer icons. And it was like those 2 very cute little palm trees. And I used that to mark that we had breakfast on the beach. And then that layering that I did, I used to mark that we went shopping at Dior and all the like nice, fun shops that are on that one strip of street in Honolulu. By the way, we went to Honolulu. And then at the very end of the day, I'm marking that we had dinner with Tyler's family. So it was really, really nice. We had like a sunset dinner at the restaurant in the hotel. And it was so good to like see his family and catch up because, well, first of all, we moved. Second of all, the pandemic. So we haven't really seen them in a while. And when we do see them, it's always such a good time. And he had his whole family there too, like his extended family and his brother and his step side, like stepbrothers and all that. So it was really, really nice to finally see them. And the last time that I went to Hawaii was actually with them as well. So here's a little recap of Thursday. Again, I love the way that I cut that giant piece of deco. It was great. The dedication is real, you guys. Okay, so Friday, I was having a really hard time figuring out how to mark that we woke up to a double rainbow this morning, which I've never seen a double rainbow, you guys. It was a very emotional moment for me. If you've ever seen the double rainbow video on YouTube, I really felt that way. Also, if you haven't, you need to pause this video right now and go look up the double rainbow video on YouTube. It's iconic. It was posted like 12 years ago, and it has like 40 million views, like something crazy. And it's basically this guy just crying over a double rainbow. Spoiler alert, he passed away like a couple years ago, and it was very sad. So I just used 2 pieces of garlands, and I flipped them upside down to kind of look like a little double rainbow to mark the double rainbow. And then down here, I'm using a couple of white deer stationery icons to mark that we had a beach day. It was really nice. We really just chilled at the beach, like not all day, but a good chunk of the day. It was really, really nice. And then I used Sticker Guru pre-layered garlands to put over that beach day area. Okay, and then here I'm showing you guys that I really wanted a whited out box, so I just cut the white from another box and put it on there. I do wish it was a little thicker of an area because I wanted to put like posts on Instagram, but I only had enough room to write post, which is fine. And that camera icon is from Craft Towie. Okay, next up, I'm using this very cute White Deer Stationery drinks page that she has to mark that we had a really nice dinner this night with just the girls. So all of the girls, like family and, plus ones of the bride's side, not bride side, just all of everyone. This wedding was really small, but just all the girls, we all went out this night. It was the night before the wedding, and we all just really had a nice time. Like we had drinks and we had dinner at this really nice restaurant that we walked to, and it was just really nice to hang out with all the girls of the family and all the plus one girls of the family members. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Yeah, so dinner with the bride. That's what I wrote there. And I also used a lot of honey inked deco pieces, these little leaves, or what would you call these? I think, yeah, just like little leaves throughout the entire spread. You can see them everywhere to just add some depth and foil to the floral deco. Okay, moving on to Saturday. Saturday was the day of the wedding, and I had a lot of fun marking this, which you'll see in a minute. But first things first, I really wanted to make the most out of my day because I knew that I was going to be spending a lot of time at the wedding and getting ready for the wedding. So I woke up early and went swimming. Well, we had breakfast at the hotel first, and then I went swimming, and Tyler and his dad actually went surfing. So that was fun for them to go surfing and me just be in the water swimming along, because I wanted to surf, but I knew that with the amount of people that were out there and the amount of time that I had, I just wanted to also relax. So also I haven't surfed in 3 years, so I think there'd be a sort of learning curve that I'd have to go through again, which is not so fun. Okay, so here I am marking the wedding. I used a couple of White Deer Stationery wedding things and a Sweet Bella XO box, as well as some floral deco from the kit, of course. And this honestly took up the rest of the day, obviously, because it's a wedding, because we had the wedding and the reception, and then we still hung out afterwards and had dinner with the family. So it was a really, really chill, laid-back wedding. I mean, they literally had, I don't know, maybe 30 people max, and it's basically all family. And that's because the venue had restrictions. There was actually seating that was placed really, really far away. I want to say at least 100 feet away, that some of the people had to sit at because of the restrictions that the venue had. It's kind of crazy. It was like, wow, you're going to your friend's wedding and you have to sit super far away and watch them through your camera phone, Anyways, it was nice regardless to see them get married. We got to sit obviously with them because we're family, but it was nice, honestly. It was such a chill, laid back wedding, very Hawaiian style chill wedding. If you've ever been to a Hawaiian wedding, it was very much like that. Okay, so after the wedding was over, we went back to the hotel and a party boat picked us up. I don't know like if party boat is the right word for it, but it's basically like a boat. Oh, a booze cruise. That's what it's called. Ugh, I should have wrote that down. It's called a booze cruise. So it's basically like a boat. They just have alcohol on, and we had pizza, and we just sailed out into, it was a sailboat, into the ocean and back. And it was like 2 hours long. It was so much fun. Everyone was drunk and dancing, and it was honestly such a blast. So that's what we did. And then we had dinner that night, and everyone kind of went in early because, you know, it was a long day. We all got up early for the wedding, and we also, Tyler and I, left the next day. So we actually had to go to bed early so that we can get up and pack. So we just had like a chill dinner with the family and then went to bed early that night. Okay, so next up, this is Sunday. I didn't have much going on this day. Like I said, we just went home, and that's why you see me putting that, who is it? Sticker Guru? No, Letters to Apollo. Definitely Letters to Apollo. That Letters to Apollo palm tree kind of, what would you call it? Like mandala, or, you know, some kind of large deco piece up there, because I needed, honestly, just to fill space because I just didn't do much this day. So we had a beach day for the first half of the day. And by half of the day, I mean like maybe an hour because we actually left in the early afternoon. And then we went back up to the room and packed. Then we went downstairs and shopped while we waited for our Uber. So shopped around downtown. And by downtown, I just mean that like area of shopping in Honolulu. I don't even know if that's their downtown, but if you've ever been to that area, then you know what I'm talking about. It's nice. And then I just marked that we flew home, which it's a 5-hour flight for me, but we actually go forward. No, we go backward in time. No, we go forward in time. Do we? Yes, we go forward in time. So it's a 5-hour flight, but we kind of got back later than 5 hours. Does that make sense? We're not here today. We're not here today, guys. The brain has left the chat. Basically, I got back really, really late because of the time difference. That's what I'm trying to say. So we literally flew home and crashed. Like, flew home, didn't even unpack, just crashed, went to bed. And yeah, that was my week. It was such a lovely week, such a nice time, like so many bridal things. You know, I asked my bridesmaids to be my bridesmaids, and we went to a wedding, and just all the bridal things. Sorry if this plan with me was kind of all over the place. I feel like I was kind of all over the place. I did this spread over the course of 2 days. So I finished half of it at night at like 10 o'clock at night, and then the first half of it this morning at like 7 a.m. So that's where we're at today, guys. Anyways, I really, really love how this spread turned out. Sharon designs her kits so beautifully. I love all the floral deco in it. I love the colors. It's very like muted pinks and kind of gives me fall-ish vibes because of how deep the pinks and mauves are, and like the browns and tans are really deep. So it could be a good, in my opinion, summer to fall transition kit. I think honestly it was just perfect. Like month of September, going to a wedding in Hawaii, beach vibes, like this was the kit. Like when I saw this, I was like, yep, that's the one. That is the kit that I'm going to use. It's lovely. I kind of wish that I zoomed out a little bit more for this part so you could see more of like the entire page as a whole. But that's okay because I will show you the 2 pages put together in just a second. Also, I did a nice little transition here. Wow, look at that. The cloud planner, it's there. Wow. Just a little transition. I also made a TikTok for this and a Reels. Well, they're kind of the same thing. I just use it for both platforms. But yeah, that's the whole spread. That's everything put together. Like I said, I really love the way that it turned out. I think that it was just the perfect kit for this. And here are all of my leftovers. I honestly used a lot because Sharon just designs very useful kits. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you're not done watching, I will leave you with 2 more videos right here. Bye.